Hey, what's good, everybody? Today I am still white, but we have an Eddie Gianni type beat tutorial. I know I made one many months ago, but I'm not really content with the result of that tutorial, so therefore I'm making another one. Two things. First one, I want to thank my Patreons. Thank you Reach and thank you Six Artists for supporting this channel. If you want to get access to the FLP of this tutorial and all my other tutorials, link will be down in the description. It's $7 a month, patreon.com/martinleib. And yeah. Second thing, I'm trying to make a lot of videos this week because I have a little more time freed up. So if you have any suggestions on videos, comment them. Again, I have many wrote down, but sometimes I cannot get a specific video out. So comment more just in case. If you have anything, any request, comment it. And if you want me to cover tracks I have produced, let me know as well. Having said that, a third thing, I'm using two drum kits of my own today. I'm gonna be using the toolkit and the experimental sound kit. I think everybody watching this channel knows the first one, the experimental sound kit. But in case you're new, the toolkit is my latest drum kit. It's a 3.5 gigabyte drum kit. It has over 100 808s, 100 claps. It has projects from me. It has my pad collection, which is like a 56 pad collection that is available as one shots and BST presets. If you want to make ambient, that's like a must have. It's really nice. And it has a bunch of mixer presets from me. So, having said that, let's just... Oh, sorry about that. Let's just begin. I probably should get a new XLR cable. Let me switch my screen though. This is my FL Studio. Let me play the beat really quickly so you can hear it, and then I'm going to start deconstructing it. So, that's how it sounds. I think I'm gonna uncover this beat in blocks specifically. So I'm gonna begin with the 808 and then I'm gonna go with the clap, hi-hat, and then the percussions all together because I think it will be easier to follow. So let's begin with the 808. This 808 is the Skis Would Be Proud 808 from my experimental sound kit. It originally sounded like this. Let me show you. I guess you could use that for an Eddie Gianni type beat, but I wanted to make it sound more Eddie Gianni. So I turned it like one octave down. It was usually like the 808 was originally like this, so I turned it one octave down and it sounded like this. It's like a very deep sound. I came into my mixer and I added a parametric EQ taking every like frequency that is not sub bass, I took it out. So from right here, it's 53 hertz on. I took everything out, and it sounds like this. And it's like a very Eddie Gianni type sub or 808, if you feel me on that. I really like how this sounds. We have a clap and hi-hats. Clap is nothing special. It's the downrighted clap. It sounds like this. So for that, I came into my hi-hat, I added 3D delay 2, this is the preset, this is some half speed, this is some wish wash, it's on the flangers, you can hear flanger, wish wash, and then we have some effector, which is on the flanger preset, bypass off, and it's right here. You can stop the video and copy it. And it sounds like that. That's the hi-hat preset for this. The perks are nothing crazy. With a clap, they would sound like this. This is a snare. And this is a perk I downloaded off Reddit. It's the perk Eddie Gianni used on Test Song by Summers. So, that's it for the drums. They're really simple, nothing crazy. And let's go deep into the melody and how I made it. Something that you guys need to know is that Eddie Gianni beats, at least like the archetypal Eddie Gianni type beat you'll hear, it sounds very complex, but once you break it down, into elements, it's easy to comprehend and recreate. So you need to think of your melody not as a single thing. You need to think of your Eddie Gianni ambient melody as many layers together. If you understand them as many layers together that you can separate, it will be really easy to comprehend and follow. So, think of this melody as a bunch of layers just added on top of each other. Because if not, it will be really difficult to comprehend how to make one of these melodies. But once you break it down into separate elements, it will be really easy. So, we have our first part right here. This is from Omnisphere. It's the preset Harmoclickes. So yeah, it's on the ARP plus BPM patches, if I'm not wrong. And it sounds a little bit like this without effects. Let me show you really quickly. Really easy melody. So I sent it into a bus, and in the bus I added 3D Convolver. This is how it looks. White Noise preset. This is Poro on the Glaciers preset on the Start Here section. Some gross beat, and then some more Poro on the Coral Clouds preset on the Stretch and Smear. I'm gonna be honest with this. I don't know if these mixer presets are made by me or not, because I made this beat many months ago. I made this beat in like February, if I'm not wrong. So I can't really recall when I made this or how I made this. But I looked through the FLP, and I think I can deconstruct the process. But I know I'm not fully sure whether I made this mixer preset or not. I'm just being honest right here. Once I had this is my dry signal, okay? Mixer 2 is the dry signal. I unplugged it from my master, send it to the bus number 1. I unplugged the mixer 1 from the master and send it to the mixer 8. It's really complicated, but it is because I originally had more channels connected to the mixer 1. Because what's the problem? Once you're using many channels that have the same effects, it's a waste of time to it's a waste of time to add the same effects on each one of the channels. And also, using the same channel can help you blend sounds, because it's not the same if you add a reverb per sound than if you add a reverb to all the sounds together. Effects and reverb can help you blend your sounds. So using buses like I did here will help you. So this is the dry signal. I send it here, and from here to here. And here I have Valhalla Supermassive, and this is the most important part, because without the Valhalla Supermassive, it would sound like this. That's just a boring pad, but we want to give it something else. So, I came in here, I went to Valhalla Supermassive, SFX, Magnetars, and Boards of Effects, and now we're cooking. Listen to this. It adds like that. It's like a mix of reverb and gross beat. It's so cool. And thereon, I added all my melodies to that same bus. I unplugged them from the master and sent them to that mixer. Why? Because it wouldn't make the same effect if I just add the same reverb preset on all my sounds that if I add the same reverb to all of my sounds. If I add the same reverb to all of my sounds, I'll blend them together and I'll make them sound homogeneous, you know? And that's what I wanted. How I wanted to sound my melodies. That's why you need to deconstruct your elements into separate blocks. It's like, imagine you're playing with Play-Doh. No, Play-Doh is not the one that's like a ball that you shape. Just imagine you're making ceramics. No, I don't do pottery, so I cannot talk. You need to think of your melody when you're making ambient as separate elements, as separate Lego blocks that you build together, the Lego blocks. And once you build them together, they're one big thing, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So you need your sounds to blend with each other. And one way to do it is with reverb, and one is with compressors, but we're gonna use reverb. Mainly effects can help you blend sounds, so yeah, keep that into account. That's why I send everything to buses instead of just adding the same preset on every channel. It's not about the CPU or RAM, I really don't mind. Many people think I use buses to save on CPU or RAM, but that's not it. Here we have another Omnisphere. This preset, it's Happy Panner. It sounds like this without any effects. Let me show you real quick. Really crazy sound. It has some EQ taking the gross frequencies out. You know, these from you see the purple section. From right on, you keep those frequencies. From left, if it's not an 808 or really bassy, if it's not a bass sound, take those frequencies off because they usually sound muddy and they take space from your 808 and your heavy bass elements. So you don't want those frequencies. They sound bad on your mix, especially if you're gonna add reverbs because reverbs, it's like reverbs don't get on well with bass. That's something you need to know. So you need to EQ the bass after and before reverb. That's very important. That's basic. So we send it back, and now it sounds like this. I send it to the same Valhalla Supermassive effects chain. Now that's crazy. Yeah. We're back. So we have covered this melody. Now let's keep on going. We have a few elements to go, and then that's it for the tutorial. This is 3x oscillator. Yes, this is 3x oscillator. It's a really good BST for ambience, actually. You can almost all the time use sine waves for ambience and it will sound good. So this is my sound without any effects. So I added a few effects to it. I added portal, skitter flux, I added convolver. This is the preset. White noise, you can stop and copy it, but there's nothing to copy really. And this is glaciers, again, on start here on portal. And it sounds like this. Let me show you. And then I sent it to channel 8, which has, guess what? Valhalla Supermassive. And it sounds like this, with all the effects. So it's just like this saturated, almost drawn ambience that I really like how it sounded. We got this other thingy going on. It's what it gives its you'll hear some like jungle element, some like a guitar, and that is this bell. It's from a Nick Mira pack. It's called the Bell Cinemira. Sorry for the stiffy nose. And it sounds like this. That's a really dreamy melody. I like that. That's cute. So with the Valhalla Supermassive, which is the only effect I added, it sounds like this. Really dreamy, really hugging, really embracing, really stereo. And then we have these two other elements. This one right here, I don't remember what this is. This is a key. Oh yeah, I remember this. Without any effects, it sounds like this. So I came in here, I took most of the high end out and most of the low end out. And then I sent it to the same Valhalla Supermassive. And it's that tingling, really high pitched sound you hear in the melody. And last but not least, we have this last element. It's Longing for Home and Omnisphere. Sounds like this. So it has 3D Convolver, and I'll show you how to make this preset. So you come into 3D Convolver. Let me find it first. Here. Let me detach it. Detach. And basically, you come in here, and the first thing you want to do is take all the dry off. Basically, the dry sound, this is something from FL Studio, but it's in every VST. The dry signal is the signal that comes without any effect. You know, it's right as it comes out of the plugin, and the wet signal, or the wet level, is it's the level with the effects. So if I tune the dry all the way up, it will be like maximum volume as it came from the BST. And if I turn the wet all the way up, it will be the maximum level as it comes out of Convolver mixed with the dry signal. It will be dry plus wet. So you will take the dry all the way up because we don't want to hear the regular sound. We all only want the reverb. And we take the wet down to like an amount we like. And then I turn the pre-delay a little bit up. This is how much 3D Convolver takes to make an effect. It's how much it takes to activate. So if you turn it all the way up, it will take 500 milliseconds to do something. But right here, it will take around 5 milliseconds to do something. I don't know why I added this because you wouldn't really hear a 5 millisecond difference. But since I have it, I'll explain what it does. This is self-convolution, which I think it's like it reverbs the sound and it like reverbs over the reverse sound, if I'm not wrong. And then we have the stretch resampling ratio, and you turn it all the way down, and that stretches the reverb like this. And that's it. That's how you build this like very studio small reverb. Like this really tiny room reverb. And I send this again here to my Valhalla Supermassive. So one thing I think you should learn from this tutorial is that when you're making this kind of ambient melodies, you don't think of the whole melody as one melody. You think of it as many layers together that get together to build this one big melody. Because if not, these elements by themselves, they don't really have a meaning. They have a meaning when you put them together. So you need to think out of the box and say, well, I need to find a way of complementing my melody and adding to it, because sometimes we hear beats and we think, oh, this is so complex to recreate, when in reality it's not. We are just thinking of the melody as this like we just put our heads in in a box, and we don't really try to see beyond, so yeah, I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, I think this is one of my best tutorials, to be honest, so I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, feel free to leave a like if you liked the video, a dislike if you disliked it, I don't know, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever. Follow me on my socials if you want. My Instagram is @martin.live. I'll see you in the next one.